Well, dear twin flame travelers, let's have a heart-to-heart talk about one of the most difficult issues that arise in a twin flame relationship. If there is one question that invariably causes tears, confusion, and deep heartache, it is, should I wait for my twin flame? I see you checking your phone for messages, analyzing their social media posts, and feeling this deep, soul-stirring pull that keeps you from moving forward. That magnetic connection that defies logic and keeps you awake at night, wondering if you should just wait it out until they're ready. Here's the thing. This isn't just about waiting or not waiting. It's about understanding the profound spiritual mechanics behind twin flame connections and how they're designed to catalyze our deepest personal growth. After all, the twin flame journey is an inner journey, from the head to the heart. We're going to explore this question from a place of deep understanding and practical wisdom. We'll look beyond the surface level advice and dive into what this waiting game really means for your soul's evolution. Because sometimes what looks like waiting is actually an invitation to the most important journey of all, the journey to yourself. Let's unpack this together, shall we? With love, honesty, and maybe even a few aha moments along the way. You know that feeling when you're sitting by your phone, heart racing every time it lights up, hoping it's them? When you're constantly checking their social media, analyzing every post, every like, trying to decode hidden messages? Well, I know the feeling, dear ones, and let me share something revolutionary that changed my entire perspective on the twin flame journey. The concept of waiting for your twin flame is perhaps the most beautiful paradox in the spiritual realm. It's like trying to catch a butterfly. The more desperately you chase it, the more it eludes you. But the moment you become still and focus on tending to your own garden, it naturally comes to rest beside you. Just when you think you've surrendered, surrender some more, as we often say. This isn't about passive waiting, it's about active becoming. Think of it like a dance with the universe, where you're both the dancer and the choreographer of your own transformation. Here's the magical twist. True waiting in the twin flame context is actually a state of profound action and growth. It's like being in the cocoon stage of a butterfly's metamorphosis. From the outside, it might look like nothing is happening, but inside an incredible transformation is taking place. Your task isn't to wait for your twin to be ready. It's to become so engrossed in your own spiritual evolution that you forget you're waiting at all. This is because the universe operates on a principle of magnetic attraction. When you're in a state of desperate waiting, you're actually vibrating at a frequency of lack and longing. But when you shift into a state of active becoming, focusing on your own growth and joy, you naturally align with the frequency of abundance and wholeness, the very frequency that will ultimately draw your twin flame closer. Remember, waiting isn't about putting your life on pause. It's about pressing play on your own magnificent journey of becoming. Your twin flame connection isn't meant to be your life's pause button. It's meant to be your soul's play button. launching you into the greatest adventure of self-discovery you've ever known. So the next time you feel that urge to check their social media or analyze their last message, pause and ask yourself, what part of my own garden needs tending today? What butterfly of transformation is waiting to emerge from my own cocoon of becoming? You know that saying, the treasure you seek is in the cave you fear to enter. Your twin flame journey is exactly that, an invitation to venture into the depths of your own being, where the real magic happens. Think of yourself as a garden that's been waiting for spring. All those unhealed wounds, limiting beliefs, and old patterns. They're like weeds that have been taking up space where your most beautiful flowers could bloom. Your twin flame's absence isn't a punishment. It's sacred space being held for your inner garden to flourish. We need to purge and peel back the self-limiting beliefs that are hindering us from allowing love in, as experienced twin flame guides often say. And oh, isn't it fascinating how we can so easily love our twin, but struggle to extend that same unconditional love to ourselves? Here's the profound truth that changed everything for me and countless others on this path. The relationship with your twin flame is actually a divine mirror, reflecting your relationship with yourself. When they seem distant or unavailable, the universe is gently, or sometimes not so gently, nudging you to turn inward and ask, what parts of myself am I not fully embracing? What aspects of my own soul am I waiting for someone else to validate? Consider this. If you were to meet your twin flame right now, in this moment, would you be showing up as your most authentic, healed self? Or would you be bringing a suitcase full of expectations, past hurts, and unmet needs to the table? The beautiful irony is that when you truly focus on becoming whole within yourself, you're actually doing the most powerful work possible toward union with your twin. I remember a woman waiting years for her twin flame to get it together, only to realize that every time she pointed a finger at his unreadiness, there were 3 fingers pointing back at her own healing work left undone. The day she decided to pour all that waiting energy into her own spiritual growth was the day everything shifted, not just in her twin flame connection, but in every aspect of her life. Remember, dear one, this journey isn't about becoming perfect. It's about becoming perfectly you, authentic, whole, and radiantly alive in your own skin. Your twin flame's role isn't to complete you, it's to inspire you to complete yourself. So instead of asking when will they be ready, logically try asking yourself, what parts of my own soul am I ready to reclaim today? What adventures in self-discovery am I being invited to embrace? Because in the grand cosmic dance of twin flame love, the most powerful steps are always the ones that lead you back home to yourself. Let me share something that might shift your entire perspective on twin flame separation. What if I told you that this painful distance you're experiencing isn't a cosmic punishment, but rather a divine shield of protection? Yes, you heard that right. Sometimes the universe keeps us apart because it's actually protecting both twins from connecting at the wrong time. Think of it like a master chef preparing the most exquisite meal of your life. Would you want to taste it before all the ingredients have properly melded together, before the flavors have reached their peak? Of course not. Similarly, divine timing is cooking up something magnificent in both you and your twin flame's energy fields. Divine is most likely protecting you from something, or you are meant for bigger things, or both, as our wise twin flame guides often remind us. And oh, how true this is. I've witnessed countless cases where what seemed like cruel separation later revealed itself as the most profound blessing. Like the caterpillar that must undergo complete dissolution in its chrysalis before emerging as a butterfly, sometimes we need that sacred space of separation to completely transform. Here's a truth that might surprise you. Often, when twin flames come together too soon, the intensity of the connection can actually be destructive. It's like trying to plug a 220-volt appliance into a 110-volt outlet. The surge of energy can blow the circuits. Your separation period is actually allowing both of you to upgrade your spiritual voltage, so to speak, to handle the magnificent power of your ultimate union. Remember this: the universe isn't keeping you from your twin flame. It's preparing you both for a connection so profound that it requires you to be in your highest vibration to sustain it. This separation isn't about punishment or unworthiness. It's about protection and preparation. It's about divine timing, orchestrating the perfect conditions for a union that will serve not just you both, but the collective consciousness as well. So next time you feel that ache of separation, take a deep breath and whisper to yourself, "Thank you, divine protection, for knowing exactly what I need, even when I don't understand it. I trust that this separation is creating the perfect conditions for our highest good." Because sometimes, dear ones, what feels like being kept apart is actually being kept safe until the time is perfectly right for both souls to soar together. Let me share something transformative about the magnetic power of living your best life while on this twin flame journey. You see, there's this fascinating spiritual principle at work here. The more authentically and joyfully you live your life, the more magnetic you become to your twin flame. It's like the universe has a cosmic sense of humor about these things. As in the same analogy of a blooming garden, it naturally attracts butterflies, bees, and birds. Without having to chase them, the flowers simply exist in their fullness, radiating their beauty and fragrance, and nature responds. You, my dear one, are that garden. When you're fully engaged in creating a life that lights you up from within, you become absolutely irresistible to the universe, and by extension, to your twin flame. While you're busy creating your feast, taking that dance class you've always dreamed of, starting that passion project, traveling to places that call to your soul, you're actually creating energetic waves that ripple through the universe and touch your twin flame's consciousness. Here's the magical part that most people miss. Every time you choose joy, every time you follow your heart's desires, you're actually doing powerful energy work for both you and your twin. Because you're energetically connected, your personal frequency upliftment creates a ripple effect that helps raise their vibration too. It's like you're both ends of a cosmic string. When you vibrate at a higher frequency, they can't help but feel it. The universe operates on the principle of magnetic attraction. When you're in a state of desperate waiting, you're actually vibrating at a frequency of lack. But when you shift into active creation of your best life, you naturally align with the frequency of abundance and wholeness, the very frequency that makes union possible. So I invite you to ask yourself, what would you be doing right now if you knew with absolute certainty that your twin flame would find their way back to you at the perfect divine timing? What adventures would you embark on? What dreams would you pursue? That's your roadmap to becoming magnetically irresistible, not just to your twin flame, but to all the abundance the universe has in store for you. Remember, your joy is not selfish, it's sacred. Your happiness is not a distraction from your twin flame journey. It's an essential part of it. Every smile, every achievement, every moment of pure bliss is actually helping to create the energetic foundation for your eventual union. Well, let's explore the most profound paradox of the twin flame journey, the delicate art of surrender. Imagine holding water in your hands. The tighter you grip, the more it slips through your fingers. But when you gently cup your palms, the water remains perfectly still, reflecting the sky above. This is the essence of holding space while surrendering. Surrender isn't about giving up or letting go of your love. It's about releasing your grip on how that love should look, feel, or manifest in the physical world. Think of yourself as a master gardener who plants a seed and then trusts in nature's perfect timing. You don't dig up the seed every day to check if it's growing. You don't try to force the flower to bloom. Instead, you create the perfect conditions. You water, you nurture, you tend to the soil, and then you step back and allow the miracle of growth to unfold in its own divine timing. Holding space for your twin flame was like being the ocean, vast, deep, and eternally present, yet never demanding that the waves return to shore in any particular way. The waves will always return, but in their own rhythm, their own dance. This is advanced spiritual alchemy. It's about maintaining that exquisite balance between loving unconditionally and having zero attachment to outcomes. It's saying, I honor our connection so deeply that I trust it enough to let it be exactly what it needs to be in this moment. This state of being is pure magic because it allows both souls to expand into their highest potential without the weight of expectations. Remember, when you truly surrender, you're not giving up on your twin flame. You're giving up the illusion of control. You're acknowledging that this connection is guided by something far greater than your human desires or timeline. Let these words sink into your heart. You can love them completely while being completely free. You can hold them in your heart while holding space for their journey. You can be deeply connected while being completely detached from how that connection manifests in the physical world. This is the sacred dance of twin flame surrender, becoming so aligned with divine love that you naturally embody both the stability of unconditional presence and the freedom of complete detachment. In this space of profound surrender, you become the love you've been seeking all along. Here's the beautiful irony. The moment you truly stop waiting and start fully living is often when the magic happens. Your twin flame journey isn't about reaching a destination. It's about becoming the person you're meant to be. So instead of asking, "Should I wait?" ask yourself, "How can I best use this time to become the highest version of myself?" Remember, dear ones, you're not just waiting for someone else to be ready. You're becoming ready yourself. And that's the real love story here.